I just finished a client call and I really wanted to share it with you because I think it's very common among many women who consider themselves feelers, people who are maybe a little bit more sensitive than their other people around them, people who also are high achieving. They want to perform really well, but they just feel a lot. Maybe they've been told that they're too sensitive. So if that is you, please stick around for this heart to heart because I think that this is really going to help you. We were talking about my client's wound of I am not enough, which is so common. Most of us have it, right? And what really branched off of this I am not enoughness is this, it's never enough. Like, not only am I not enough, but I can never do enough. I can never be enough. I can never have enough. And there's many reasons why we feel this way. And if you're interested in those reasons, please let me know. That's not what I want to talk about. I feel like we're all competing against this clock all the time, whether it's a self-imposed clock or you're always competing against this biological clock or this monthly cycle clock. We as women have very high standards for ourselves and we're constantly trying to do more because that's how we're wired. The way that women deal with stress is different than men. We ruminate and we try to solve problems mentally. And so we'll just circle information around and around and around, hoping that the problem will just come if we think hard enough about it or if we spend enough time agonizing over it. But all this does is feed into more stress and to more fear and creates more anxiety within us. So we're constantly dealing with so much. We have so many responsibilities. And we're also fighting against this very real monthly cycle where you're a different person week to week, day to day. We're not the same. We fluctuate hormonally, and we also have different things happening in our lives. So if we're a different person every day, our capabilities and what we're able to bring to the table has to be different day to day, but we don't accept that. We hold ourselves to such a high standard that is probably unreasonable, but we think that we should be performing at our best at all times. Even when we're stressed, even when things at home are not okay, even when we're not sleeping, even when our hormones are going crazy. And we beat ourselves up against this unrealistic ideal. And anything that doesn't measure up to this is evidence that we are not enough. We can't do enough and we'll never be enough. And so if this is you, if you are resonating with what I am saying, I want you to know that you are not alone. And I want to remind you of a couple things to try to help you to calm down from this experience that maybe you're having right now. If you're feeling really trapped in that, like, I am not enoughness, your best is going to look different day to day. And that's not only okay, that's good. Because you're a human. And humans are not perfect as much as we want to be. There is a reason why you are here. And that reason is not that you can perform at the same level every day. It's so that you can have a human experience. And what is more human than you approaching things at a different angle from day to day? You really like owning shit and doing your best this day and totally biffing it the next. The beauty in this experience and having these levels of output and of success is that you get to decide how you are going to live through it. Are you going to let yourself be stressed out and miserable and ruminating and trying to control everything? Or are you going to be a little easier on yourself and allow yourself to flow through the times where you really are on top of it and the times that you're struggling with a little bit more peace and ease and love? Because one will bring you closer to joy and fulfillment. And one is going to keep you feeling stuck in dread and in ruminating all the time. So that's number one, is that your best can and will look different day to day. and that is perfectly fine. And the second thing that I really want to remind you of is that rest is a part of recovery, which is a part of productivity. Especially as women, we need rest, and you need a lot more rest than you will ever give yourself. So if you are worried that taking some time to yourself, or you're feeling lazy because you ordered skip the dishes instead of cooking another meal for your family, do not beat yourself up for it, because that was an act of self-care. You choosing to get something off of your plate or resting is an act of self-love, and it's an act of self-care. And so many high performers push themselves so far, and they have a hard time not feeling guilty in rest because of many other reasons. For example, you were raised in a household where you can't sit still. If you are watching TV or being lazy, and you have this story replaying in your head that if you are not doing something, then you are failing, right? You got to keep swimming or else you'll die. It's that same sort of premise. So I'm going to challenge you to get comfortable in the discomfort of rest, to rest yourself, to rest your body, because you constantly pushing your body beyond its limits is absolutely not serving you. And that is why I've been seeing so many women burn out, is because of how hard we are pushing ourselves in this modern world. It's different than it ever has been before. If you take more time to rest and get creative with what rest looks like, it doesn't have to be you going to a spa. It could just simply be you setting up some boundaries so you're not going to so many events. It could be you establishing a big no with your mother-in-law that's causing you stress. It could be you actually taking an afternoon off where the kids are still in daycare for you to just sit in a park and stare at some trees. But I hope that you take this as an opportunity and a loving reminder that life doesn't have to be as stressful as we make it to be, that there are ways that we can cope with life that are more productive, and that there are tools available at your fingertips that will help you to create more peace even when life is chaotic. You're not in this alone, and you don't have to feel so stuck in this vicious cycle of stress. And I'm here, of course, to help you with that. I have plenty of resources in order to help you do that. But I just really wanted to share this with you today because she felt like she was alone. My client felt like she was the only person who felt this way, and she absolutely is not, and neither are you. So I am sending you all of the love, and I hope to chat with you very soon.